Imagine my fragile 12-year-old mind the first time I played this game, as I saw people exploding across my windshield. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you The Road of the Dead. Released about a decade ago, this game has captivated my heart and entertained me for many years. The music alone sets the tone for what you're about to be diving into. I mean, just listen to that drum beat. Until we complete the game, the only thing we can do is play The Great Escape. So let's burn some rubber and get right into it. We begin the game as John Kreisman. He's a mechanic working on a sweet new muscle car. The car is a hybrid. It's a combination between a 2005 and a 2010 Ford Mustang. John is just minding his business, listening to
This is an emergency alert system broadcast.
A relaxing evening of car maintenance is cut short when a terrifying siren pierces our ears. What's the reason for the alarm, you might ask?
Due to unforeseen and unexplained events, the city has been quarantined.
We're basically told to stay home, lock our doors, and wait for further instructions. Hey, wait a minute. Does that remind you of anything?
Wait for official instructions. Wait my ass.
Left 4 Dead 2 is iconic. If you haven't played it in a while, pick it up again. It's no wonder why it has 50,000 daily active players. Plus, you can do this.
No chefs.
Kill all sons of bitches. That's my official instructions.
It's revealed that the military is sending these transmissions, and they double down, stating they will shoot civilians caught outdoors.
This is bad.
Really, John, you don't say. John comes to the decision to get into his brand new muscle car and get the hell out of there. We're then greeted by an upgrade screen. Unfortunately, there's nothing to upgrade because we have no money. I'd really like to mention that this game doesn't use the colloquial term money for its currency system. Rather,
yeah, and we got a ton of RP.
Hey, do you like RP? I slowly begin to take off your shirt.
the term RP doesn't extend to the slang of roleplay, but instead road points. In another game these devs released, RP took on another meaning, research points. I felt that needed to be clarified because a lot of the time us dumb kids thought, hell yeah, we're role-playing running a bunch of people over. Yeah, this game lets you run over innocent people and their viscera smears all over your windshield. Is it cartoony? Sure, but that's not the point. The point is that it takes itself seriously. Disclaimer, I'm not trying to glorify video game violence. I'll talk about the implications of harming the civilians in a second. What I want you to take away from this is the fact that these guys were pushing the envelope for what they could get away with on the internet. Killing innocent people in video games has always been controversial, but if we're having an honest conversation as adults, let me just be the first to say, the world doesn't care if you're a civilian, a soldier just doing his job, or a zombie. Violence can never be truly eradicated. Just look at a lion trying to hunt its next meal. A lion must kill to eat. You must kill to run. This is the major conversation the game's trying to have with you. You're fleeing violence, yet ironically you're running people over left and right. Push comes to shove, and someday if your world falls apart, what are you going to do? Are you going to feed your bloodlust, hurt, cheat, steal, take what you want because nothing matters anymore? Or will you consider the lives of your fellow man and try to avoid every person? Because realistically, no matter what you do, you're going to hurt somebody in this game. Okay, pause, rewind, we're getting a bit off track. We've done enough yapping. Let's talk about how to actually play this game. Simple enough, you can play it one-handed. WSAD controls the movement, and probably the most important key is space, and it lets you drift these obstacles like I'm doing right now. You can run over about 80% of the things in this game and they won't cause you any trouble. That is to say that the only thing that'll do actual damage to your vehicle is things like fences, roadblocks, and, well, of course, cars. Let's talk about that for a second, the game over state. There's only 3 ways you can really lose the game. Either crashing into stuff and exploding like I just did, getting too many bullets to the face.
I need more bullets!
Or maybe you're driving too slow so a zombie jumps on your windshield and jumps on your neck and starts biting your jugular open. But hey, that's okay. Even though we died, look what we got.
Here we go. Money.
That's right, you're actually rewarded for dying. For me, this is super refreshing because a lot of games punish you for getting killed. Thankfully, death in this game is intentional. Consider any roguelike game you've ever played. Death is not the end, and with every loss, you learn something new and make progress. And here's how you get your rewards. To be honest, everything's pretty straightforward. You get rewarded for distance, running over enemies such as the zombies or the soldiers, and there's a nice few little bonus categories there as well. Although do not run over the civilians, they are not bonus points. Well, they're not bonus points except for that one achievement in the game. Okay guys, come on, look, it's not funny. I mean, yeah, it is a little funny. When all is said and done, we gotta spend these points. The first upgrade I usually never get. It's perception. Now don't get me wrong, it's not a bad upgrade by any means, except it just clogs up way too much of the screen. It basically just tells you if there's a scripted event happening in front of you. I have never found it that useful. Next is body armor. Now, this is going to need to be maxed out by the end of your playthrough. This game may seem simple enough, but it ends up throwing a lot of surprises at you later on. For example, the helicopter sequences. And yeah, you're going to need a body armor to shield those bullets. Boy oh boy, do I sure love the firearm. I'm sure those of you at home have noticed the enemies holding onto the hood. Those are what the game refers to as clingers. You can easily press F to punch out your windshield like I'm doing right now, but also to shoot them. Really isn't that much else to say, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Windshield reduces damage to John, the engine increases the speed, bumper lets you take more damage to your vehicle, the tires let you run over the spike strips that are in the game, and finally the horn, which is a little bit confusing, is basically used to scare enemies away as well as attract zombies so you can get bigger combos. Alright, we basically have everything unlocked. Let's beat this thing. The remainder of the game is a mad dash to the finish. It's going to throw absolutely everything it can at you. There's going to be helicopters strafing you with machine gun fire. All the while, jets circle around you and launch airstrikes. Oh, hey, and don't forget about the zombies. They didn't go away. Neither did the soldiers also shooting at you. Settle in, because you're in the hot seat now, and you're in for the ride of your life. Everything seems fine. Well, as fine as they can be. That is until...
Sherman to Lanham, we have the president's approval. You are go for the drop. I repeat, you are go for the drop.
Affirmative. Nuclear head armed, ready to drop. Heading to target.
Yep, the military have officially lost it. They're gonna blow up all of the city. Well, if urgency wasn't on the mind, it sure is now. And that's when the timer appears at the top of the screen.
You think you're gonna get me, huh? Enemy with a base, approaching the drop zone.
Roger that.
Unit 16 to base. We're currently holed up in the shopping mall. Can we get a transport out of here?
Unit 16, your transport will be there in 5 minutes. Just keep those...
Nothing too crazy happens at this point. The military have already left the area, so all you have left is mutated zombies. And within our last 10 seconds, we make it out of the city.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1...
Detonation confirmed.
What's the status on the undead activity?
Radiations are still too high, sir. Status ETA, 10 seconds.
Let's pray to whoever's still up there that we did the right thing.
No! Sir, we see a lot of undead movement. Shit! It didn't work! It didn't work!
We failed, son.
And there you have it, all that chaos and destruction the military was causing just to stop one man. And even after massacring hundreds and thousands of civilians, they completely failed their duties. I just really have to give a round of applause to the developers of this game. They made a free product that cost us nothing but our time. This game had a custom soundtrack, voice acting, good graphics, and best of all, it was free. It didn't cost me a single thing to play it. I had a blast playing this game, and before I let you guys go, just know that there's a sequel to this game, Road to the Dead 2. Plus, there's all sorts of bonus features we can access now. There's a secondary harder difficulty, Highway to Hell. There's a timed game mode, and then there's even harder military. And guys, guess what? This was free. This is the gaming industry that I grew up with in my teens. And hey, I don't even know if you can call it an industry. In our current day and age, companies will charge you $5 for 10 pieces of virtual clothing. Heck, some games are not afraid to charge you $15 or $20 for one cosmetic. While I don't necessarily have a problem with cosmetics or DLC, it just kind of hurts to see that we came from an age of art to one of business. I mean, kids got to grow up with free games like this. This is just one of the many free games that I plan to talk about on this channel. I'm about to wrap up, but I do have some good news for you guys.
A great year for my development.
That handsome devil there is Marco, aka Evil Dog himself, and he actually streams over on Twitch. I really just wanted to give him a shout out for having a timeless classic of a game and really just kind of inspiring me. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. I'm your host, Warner. Hey, you know what else is free? Why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button? Maybe leave a like on this video. It would mean the most and really help me achieve my goals of turning this into a full-time career. Anywho, thank you guys, love you guys, and until next time, thanks for tuning in.